everybody, and welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl, and I'm here to share another topic, which is do not be afraid. And the reason why I decided to share this one is because, yes, it is dealing with our theme of mental health for this month, and I just thought, you know what, this is something that's really close to my heart because I have been challenged on those issues myself. But one of the reasons why I wanted to pull it up is because of what's been going on. We've been hearing so many crazy things in this world. There has been a lot of news regarding the economics of our society failing us. The dollar is devaluing, and people are losing heart. People are starting to want to close themselves off, hide away in a corner, and just yell, "Get me out of here!" and hope to wake up to a brand new world. And you know what? We can have those moments, but the beautiful thing is there is hope, guys. You don't ever have to be afraid. You don't have to live in fear. And in fact, the Bible tells us 365 times, do not be afraid. And even though it's a leap year, we have one more day, but still, there is that encouragement that every single day we are to live our lives fearless. It's not saying that in our boldness that we don't have fear, but in our fearlessness, we are walking confident that God has us. And I think that's the beautiful hope that we have as Christians, is that we can walk in hope. Not only that, but in Revelation 21:8, it reminds us that the fearful are the ones that are not going to make it into heaven. Like, I want to read this actually verse to you because I want you to think about where your state of mind is, and I want you to grapple with that, and I want you to remember that there is hope and to cling on to that hope so that fear gets washed away. And remember, it says that in love, love casteth out all fear. So when you love God and you're wrapped up in His love, fear is cast out. There's no fear because you know He's got you. And that is our hope. So I want you guys to walk in your days, in each step that you make, fearless, knowing that He's got you. So let me read that verse from Revelation 21:8. It says, "But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death." And we don't want to be there. But at the same time, we also have to remember that in this life, it's temporary. We know it's all going to fall apart, but the beautiful thing is God's got us. We have this beautiful hope at the very end that all things work together for good for those who love God and believe in Him. So let's just keep that in mind, that when you are struggling and having faith, or you're feeling fearful about the future, put all of those burdens on God and say, "Hey, God, I'm struggling with all these things. I need you to take it from me. Please lift them up and you take care of it, because I can't." And that's something I personally do a lot because I feel overwhelmed with, as a personal trainer and as an entrepreneur running my business, sometimes those are things that I definitely struggle with. Lord, what do you want me to do? How am I going to run this business? And all of these questions run through my mind. But you know what? I then have to take all of those worries, all of those cares, and just place them back into God's hands and say, "You take care of it," because I can't. I don't have the wisdom, the knowledge. I don't have the foresight to know what is going to happen in the future. But the beautiful thing is, He does. And we don't have to worry about it. It's like little kids. And this is something that I've been kind of trying to get myself to think about. Is as little kids, they have no cares or worries in the world. They don't worry about bills. They don't worry about any of those responsibilities. They just hand it over to the parents and trust their parents are taking care of them. That's where we need to be as Christians. We need to be in that state of mind and saying, "You know what, Lord? You will take care of us. No matter what is happening, I may not feel like I have all the finances all together. The reality is, you own everything. It's all yours. So I'm going to trust in you because you have shown me time and time again that every single time I've laid everything at your feet, you took care of it, and I had zero need for worrying. A good example was when I was fretting over speaking, doing a speaking engagement. And I was so nervous about doing the speaking engagement because I didn't feel like I was equipped. I didn't feel like I was the right person for it. And I just gave everything to God. And I had prepared what I could for this. I had laid it all out before God of what I was going to talk about. I said, Lord, I don't feel like I'm good at this. And even I complained to my husband saying, babe, I don't feel like I'm ready for this. And I was telling him I was being stressed out. And he said, Pearl, God is going to use you. Let him use you the way he wants to. Don't stress about the words that are going to come out of your mouth. He will give it to you. And he was right. Like, I prayed right before I had my speaking engagement, and it turned out wonderful. Everything that I wanted to talk about was spoken accordingly. And I don't always feel like I have the best vocabulary. I don't feel like, even when I'm talking to you guys here, I feel like I mess up a lot on these videos, and I tell you, there's a lot of retakes, and it's true. And I just feel like that is something I am constantly having to just throw all of this into God's hands and to say, you know what, this is all you, Lord. I can't control it, and I have to just trust you. So hopefully this encourages you to not be fearful no matter what happens. Place your faith in God. He sees all things, he knows all things, and he's got you. If you only believe and trust and relinquish your fear so that you can live a fearless life. May you live, thrive, and be healthy, guys. Take care. Bye.